PlayStation 2. Is it about that time again? Bandai Namco Games and Monolith Soft. You know what that means. It means it's time for me to make good on a promise I made. Look at that. Xenosaga Episode 3. Also sprach Zarathustra. Let me turn up the volume a bit so I can hear this delightful little music box main menu theme that I'm quite enjoying. Hey! Welcome to Xenosaga Episode 3. If you don't know, I have on my YouTube channel played Xenosaga Episode 1 and Episode 2. I suggest checking that out, or at least being familiar with the games Xenosaga Episode 1 and Episode 2 before watching this. I mentioned a promise. I promised after finishing Episode 2 that I wouldn't have quite such a large gap between Episode 2 and Episode 3 as I had with Episode 1 and Episode 2. Then Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader came out and I got distracted. So I'm sorry about that for anyone who's been waiting. If there indeed are such people. Also on my channel I have played Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 3, as well as Xenogears and Xenoblade 1 Future Connected and Xenoblade 2. What's the DLC for that one called? Torna? It's about Torna. So it's that name. What I haven't played is Future Redeemed, I want to say, for Xenoblade 3, which I've been holding off on until I could fill in my backlog of Xeno games, because this series means quite a lot to me. I've tried to refresh my memory of what happened in the last game by just quickly checking the Wikipedia page, because I didn't remember everything. I have a decent memory of the last game. I mostly remember the big planet-sized mech that the Pope had, which was powered by the Zohar. Zohar. It's just the most important thing. Don't worry if you can't remember it. I remember a surprisingly anticlimactic boss fight with a possessed Gainon, possessed by Mizrahi? No? Someone. Let me double check my notes here. Gainon. Yuriev. Right. Who is someone. Shit, I can't. Fuck. Oh, goddammit. I say these games mean a lot to me, but I'm gonna be real with you. The Xenosaga games have had me kind of confused for a lot of it. I remember the Momo Giga Chad meme I had for some reason, because I accidentally overleveled her early on. And also I found a way to basically have as much healing as I could ever need outside of battle with her, which is great. Dmitry Yuriev. Who's Mizrahi? Isn't that the... Oh wait, that's the dude. If I'm saying the name right, it's the dude who built Momo in the image of his daughter, I think, who we saw in the encephalon dives we did with Momo. Look, I like I said, I have somewhat decent of a memory of the last game, but man, was I confused for a lot of it. I know we messed with what was his name again? Albedo, that's right. And I think he was like vaporized into monomolecular particles by the Pope, who probably had a name that I can't remember. I guess we'll see if Albedo somehow reconstitutes and comes back. I wouldn't be too surprised. And then at the very end, they left us on this cliffhanger with something called, like, the Testaments, I think, that had these cloaks, and I think one of them might be Virgil from the first game? I'm not sure. And something called Abel's Ark just showed up and took the Zohar. And Abel's Ark gets my brain spinning because I'm thinking of Xenogears. Because if you know that game, you'll know there's an Abel there. A very important one. And I think they're supposed... like... because the IP Xenogears belonged to Square Enix, which is why this is Xenosaga, I think. But I think it was all like supposed to be part of some grander story that what was his name? Tetsuya Takahashi, that's it. He had this grand plan that never quite came to fruition. He had like 6 games planned or something like that. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think this game might be some sort of retroactive, like a prequel to Xenogears in a sense, or like these 3 games. I'm not entirely sure though. Regardless, I've been yapping for some minutes now. I'm gonna try and play this game. It's gonna be very interesting to see which button is select on this game. Can it be? There we go. By loading... I don't have a clear data for episode 2. Oh, right. Maybe I should mention, I'm not playing on a PlayStation 2. I'm playing on an emulator. I'm playing on a what's it called? PCSX2 emulator. Because this game didn't come out in Europe. Neither did episode 1, but we played that on emulator 2. I did play episode 2 on original hardware. And I would have done it for episode 3 if I could find an affordable PlayStation 2 from the United States with an affordable copy of the game. But I have not been able to. There's a limit to how much money I'm willing to spend on that, so instead I have borrowed the game and am playing on emulator. I hope that doesn't bother anyone on a moral position. You know, I'm willing to jump through quite some hoops for video games, but when you don't even release the game in the country where I live, there's a limit to the hoops. Speaking of hoops, there's a bunch of hoops in the background. I'm not sure what that's about. Check for clear data. No. That seems good. Very good. Thank you for allowing me that in before starting the game. I don't know if the emulator has a vibration function, but I'll leave that on. Finish settings with... which should be this button. Quit settings, yes. I'm using an Xbox controller as my input. We might have some graphical glitches as well. This doesn't look entirely right. Ooh. Oh, this might be quite bad. I'll let it roll, see how bad this gets. I might have to find some way to amend this before getting serious with this Let's Play. Because I'm fairly sure the bottom half of the screen is not supposed to be like that. This music is hitting pretty nice already. Gonna have to assume it's still oh, what's his name? Why can't I remember names today? Maybe it's not as well. Oh, what is his name? God damn it. Let me. I was thinking of... There it is, Yasunori Mitsuda. But I was just reminded that it's actually not him who did the last soundtrack. No, we're dealing with Yuki Kajiura, who was on the last game as well. Okay, this looks fine. I'm not sure what this the opening was about. Someone escaping... I don't know.
Looks like things are going smoothly. You're as friendly as ever.
Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention.
Well, you sure are pulling out the big guns. Do we really need this thing?
Right, the cross reminded me. We also had someone or something referring to Chaos, I think. I think it was directed at Chaos in the last game, as Yeshua. Now that's a very interesting name, considering the influences that Christianity has had on these Xeno games. That's a whole can of worms, and we'll see if it opens in this game.
The space-time anomaly 15 years ago took place in an incomplete fashion.
15 years. Sounds to me like they're talking about... Assuming that this is after episode 2, they're talking about the thing that happened on... what's its name? Milsha? I'm scrolling here. Let me real quick. The Miltian conflict. The first instance of the Song of Nephilim. I think that's what they're talking about.
We must correct the errors.
So, you knew all along, huh? You're one scary guy. I bet you can't wait to see the look on her face when she finally knows everything.
Her face.
So, this is our princess? She smells good.
Oh, come on, dude. Why you gotta be sniffing?
I've fallen in love already.
Not sure what this is about. Okay, no weirdness on the bottom half of the screen. I'm just gonna pray that we're spared any further graphical errors. There's our leading lady.
I checked it out the best I could. It's not my fault. Look, Shion, 3 more interceptors just appeared out of nowhere.
Then concentrate on supporting me instead of making excuses.
Seems to be herself.
You two make a fine pair.
That reminds me a lot of... Who the fuck are you?
You got it?
I know who you are. That mech reminds me of the one... what is it called? From Zone of the Enders 2. That and was... I don't know what's up with names today. Is it Ken? That the girl with the pink hair is called in Zoe 2. She has a mech. And that one mech reminds me of that mech.
That was incredible, Kanan. The way you maneuvered that Ames was unbelievable.
Ames.
Don't have time for that kind of thing, Miyuki. Has anything come up on the scan?
I don't know if I ever figured out that's how it was pronounced in the last game. I think I just said AMWS.
What we're after poses a considerable threat to Vector. I'd appreciate you taking the situation more seriously.
Exactly. I don't care if you get yourself killed. Just don't take us down with you.
Alright, fine. Why is everyone picking on me?
Is Miyuki gonna be a party member in this game?
Well, is this it, Miyuki?
Confirming coordinates. Yep, perfect.
She has been in the previous games.
No
But I
doubt about
don't...
it. This
We
is Vector's
never
S
could
line
put her on the
division.
party.
Then the top secret data we want is just ahead.
Oh, we Robin Vector?
I'll handle backup. You three take care of the rest.
You're not gonna help, Doctus?
Don't depend on others to do everything for you.
Usus magister est optimus.
Wow. Now looking at it now, it doesn't look that much like
Hurry.
whatever the name of that mech I
want
was
to be
thinking
as
about
far
is.
from here as possible when our pursuit arrives.
Fair enough.
I know.
Kanan was playable in the intro of... Oh. There's some more graphical issues. Just a sec, you two. Forgot to tell you, but in order to successfully carry out this mission, I made a note of information you should know ahead of time. Please access the database. Oh, please, can we have... This was sorely fucking missing from episode 2. I'm so happy to see that it's back. Special enhanced memory model Realian, on loan from Vector to second Militia, possesses hand-to-hand battle capabilities superior to those of combat Realians. And in this case, however, those abilities are better suited for use as an ES pilot rather than in battle. Yep. You know what? Actually, who the fuck is Doctus? Agent of the underground organization Scientia. Oh, Scientia? I feel like that definitely has some sort of connection to Gnosticism. Knowledge, Sophia, all of that stuff. Woman who carries out her missions in a calm and collected manner. She met Xenosaga 6 months ago during the investigation into Grimoire's Gnosis terrorism. Grimoire. Is that a new concept? I don't remember. Subsequently followed Shion when she left Vector to join her in investigating Vector and the UMN, which we have definitely had dealings with, but I can never remember what it stands for. Her body is a remote-controlled type android, controlled by the real Doctus by projecting her consciousness into its artificial brain to manipulate the body. Her real location is top-secret information even within the ranks of Scientia, and it's only known by a select few of the higher-ups within the organization. She frequently speaks in Latin, saying things such as Usus magister est optimus, Practice makes perfect, and errare humanum est. To err is human. I'm not sure how to pronounce things in Latin. I mostly just read Latin as if it's Swedish and pretend like I know how to say things. Former systems programmer for Vector Industries' first R&D division, Shion Jr. Her kohai. Her best attribute is her constantly chipper and upbeat personality. Her ability to maintain her usual brightness even under grave circumstances is not bravado, but a sign of legitimate toughness. Joining Vector's second division, R&D division, was a realization of her long-time wish. Currently, she is immersed in new weapons development. Her tendency to rack up expenses at every turn is a perpetual source of headaches among her superiors. In a manner of speaking, she is a woman true to her own desires. Quite the mechanical whiz, she is always asking Shion and the others to try out her latest inventions, which include Shion's MWS? Now we're missing an A. Is it still an AIMS, or is it an EMS? Patent applications are something of a hobby for her. Thank you, Unus Mundus Network. This is a wide area information network connecting the entire galaxy to use spatial hops and faster than light communications, taking advantage of its distinctive non-locality. Uses the EPR paradox by establishing connection. Yeah, it's where we jump into like a hyperspace sort of thing in this game. The UMN was developed by Vector after Lost Jerusalem disappeared. Right. Its administration, which was something that first appeared in the Milsham conflict, I think. Its administration was then handed over to the Galaxy Federation. However, no records remain from its development period, so there is no way to verify any of the details. Lately, a large number of Gnosis encounters have been reported on the UMN and within the Encephalon. Within the Encephalon, interesting. The mastermind behind Gnosis terrorism, Grimoire Verum, has also used the UMN for various events, leading some to speculate about a connection between the UMN and the appearance of Gnosis. Unus Mundus refers to C.G. Jung's theory of the collective unconscious. Straight up, eh? It can explain the inconsistencies of synchronicity. Have I heard that before? I might have heard that before. And the EPR paradox from a physics standpoint, as well as the mutually complementary connection and relationship between two minds and between mind and matter. In the story, it refers to a collective unconscious network where human consciousness are overlaid with and rendered alongside the network. Popular name for the Gnosis attacks, Gnosis terrorism, that is a popular name for the Gnosis attacks that were brought about half a year ago. Along with several accomplices, the ringleader, a man named Grimoire Verum, manipulated the Gnosis and attacked the capital cities of several planets. According to reports from the Contact Subcommittee, which was responsible for the investigation, Grimoire and his accomplices all died within the UMN. Their goals and the methods by which they control the Gnosis are still unknown, pending further investigation. Furthermore, Shion and Jin were involved in this incident. After its resolution, the Cosmos project was halted, and Shion decided to leave Vector. So that's why we're not with Vector anymore, which suits me just fine. S-Line Division, also referred to as S-Line. This is a term for Vector's data administration section within the UMN, categorized into 4 ranks, S, A, B, and C, based on level of importance. S-Line, where Vector's classifies information and stores, is the highest ranking section. Therefore, it cannot be accessed without the CAO's permission. Grimoire, mastermind behind the Gnosis terrorism, was isolated within S Division in a place known as Ars Nova. He controlled the Gnosis from within S Division as he attacked citizens on multiple planets. Here's Scientia, an underground organization formed by a person named Melis Ortus. Is that name familiar? Should it be? I'm not sure. In TC 466 and 4669. As a coalition of the anti-UMN groups that have been established across the galaxy. Even as an underground group, its scope is large. It uses proprietary network technology located throughout the Galaxy Federation to interact with the UMN and to search for the truth behind it and Vector. We got Gnosis, non-physical beings that exist in imaginary space and which were strangely absent from the latter half of episode 2. they were in the encephalon when we dove into Momo's memories. Supposedly, physical contact cannot be made with them from normal space, but with the development of the DSSS system and Joachim Mizrahi. Did I give him a different name before trying to remember? I don't remember. His Hilbert effect and 100 serious observational units, which Momo is like the prototype for, right? It is possible for people in normal space to interact with them. And one grabbed Shion in the first episode, and she didn't become salt, which is what usually happens. You become salt, which clearly has something is like a reference to Sodom and Gomorrah. Gnosis phenomenon, the phenomenon of people, things, and planets suddenly nosifying. Not only the result of direct contact with the gnosis, this can also occur in a chain reaction fashion from a great distance. As a result, urgent research is underway in search of a link to the cause. Secret data. Privileged vector data that is placed inside S division within the UMN. Non-public informational records, mainly concerning the UMN and backroom deals that have been conducted in the past, are recorded here. Shion cooperated with Scientia to collect this information and find out the truth behind Vector. Data on Lemegeton and Grimoire Verum came from this classified information. Isn't that what we're trying to get now? Oh well. Oh, this is excellent. I'm very glad this is just in a menu. Thank you. It was really like clumsily handled in episode 2. There was like a in the first like area there was like a data terminal that was like really difficult to interact with. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. We also have Miyuki. She has levels, she has EP, she has HP. Kanan as well. Although Kanan was playable in the beginning of episode 2 and wasn't later. New information is automatically added to the database. You should check it out frequently. I will absolutely do that. I fucking love a good database in my RPGs. Well, any game really, but RPGs especially. Not bad. You actually came prepared. I know. Actually, I wanted to add a lot more data files to it, but I didn't think even you could process all of them, so I stopped. I'll send the rest of you to you after this mission is over. There's quite a few, so I'll send them in chunks. Let's go. Cool character. So, yeah. Oh, this blade is a save point. Coming into contact will recover my HP and EP. I can save my current progress by pressing circle, which on this controller is B. And now you'll notice the shadow there. Interestingly enough, it's not as bad as the shadows were. Well, I've got a weird barcode shadow, but it was worse when I played episode 1 on emulator as well. Hold up. What is this fucking insane bass line? I didn't think we would be starting with jazz. But that appears to be the way of things. Now, I'm about to round off this first episode. We haven't really done anything. I've just mostly talked at you and read some database entries. But here comes a very important part, because when I played episode 1, the saves didn't really work at first. So I'm gonna press a button and this whole thing might fucking crash. Save the game. Okay, so the thing didn't crash. Oh. Okay, we got something like that. I'll be back in a second. Oh, would you look at that? We got a story so far thing. That's nice. I have now confirmed that I can save and load the game. And that means I can actually do this Let's Play. Let's go. Let's also hope that our cutscenes don't look weird in the future. If that happens again, I'll have to find some way to fix it. But it seems right now like I am equipped to play this video game, and I'm actually kind of excited. It's gonna be interesting to see the finale of this weird, rushed, under-budgeted mess of a series that I have understood it to be. I'm hoping it goes out on a bang. I'm hoping this is the best one. I'm hoping we get some conclusions. And not just more questions. And after that, maybe we'll do Future Redeemed. But that's in the future. I will see you next time.